Hi everybody, welcome to Real People Gaming Podcast. My name is Jenn.
I'm Dustin.
And we have two very special guests today. Their names are Shin and Vel. Both of you, please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Shin, short for Shinsei. Call me whatever you want. Shinsei, it's all good. Most people go with Shin.
And I'm short for Velho.
Say that again, it got a little cut.
I said, I'm short for Velho.
Nice. Today on the podcast, we're going to talk about the new changes that have come to Overwatch. It is July 23rd, and they are switching it up, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But first, I kind of want to introduce our guests, kind of figure out what got them into gaming. So to the two of you, I ask you, and Shin, you can go first, and then Vel, you can go second. But what got you into gaming? What was your first memory? What were some really good times that you had? And then what drove you to the person that you are today that's still into gaming? What got you into gaming?
All right, well, I could talk a lot. Prepare for a monologue. He's a half-brother. He's 800 years older than I am, and so he had the original Nintendo, all that stuff. So I got to play all the stuff he had. I got the hand-me-downs. So I was playing Duck Hunt, OG Mario, but I was more of a Sonic the Hedgehog kind of girl. Thank God I did not grow up in a strange way with that.
Furries.
Yeah, I did not become a furry.
High key, every time I go to a convention, I take a picture with as many furries as I can. It's a thing that I have.
Oh, that's good. Do you have an album I can look through?
I'll compile it digitally.
Thanks. Send me a zip file. What else was it? What epic gamer moments?
Not even epic, but things that really good moments you had with gaming throughout your life.
I guess anytime I beat a game felt really good. I can't really think of anything specific. Most of it is just this epic thing I did in Overwatch. Check out this jump shot I did with Widow. Jump headshot.
Cue jump headshot.
It's
Alright, cool.
But
I respect that.
Yeah, I'll just go with that. I'm an artist. I do art stuff. I like to write, and I like to game.
Word.
That's what I do.
And what's your art? Do you want to promote your art?
Sure. It's a stupid long name. It's Shinsei Kakume. If you want, you can put it you can put it on the screen, put it in a link in the description, whatever.
I'll do both.
I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook fan page. You can contact me privately for commissions. I am open to that.
And your art's beautiful. I've seen it regularly.
Thank you.
All right, Vel, what got you into gaming, and what kind of good memories do you have? What good memories do you have with gaming in general that made you into the person you are today? And how did you get into it?
The first game I ever played that was probably Sonic on the Sega Genesis.
Wow, both of you are Sonic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, dab.
Some dab?
I think my earliest memories is probably messing around on Roblox, and then I just got into Team Fortress and Dota.
That's
I just
interesting.
became a Dota addict.
Roblox
And
is still huge.
now I'm playing Overwatch because I got that for free from a buddy because he wanted to play with me that bad. And it's actually funny how I got it, but I can talk about that another time.
That's funny. So you got Overwatch because your friend gifted it to you, and now you just do you like it?
It's okay. I only really play it if I have somebody to play it.
I think a lot of people feel that way.
Basically, he has another friend who was going to gift it to somebody else, but the person she was going to gift it to didn't want to play it. So they said that person was me, and I got it instead of them, and it was pretty hilarious.
Wow.
LMAO.
Romantic.
Yeah, they don't even like me either.
You're just that much of a Chad.
What's a Chad?
Oh, it's a peak masculinity, total awesomeness, alpha male. That's the quick rundown.
I feel like I kind
I
of knew
think
that.
you mean chud.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm a chode, don't worry about
I'm
it.
a chud.
All right.
That's why my name is Chad Kino, because I'm fucking awesome.
Chad Kino. Yeah, can I ask you about
That's
that? What is up with that?
Chad and Kino are two of my favorite meme words. Like, Chad is like, oh my god, that's such a Chad. It's the opposite of a virgin soy boy. And Kino, it comes from the German word for cinema, so it used to be like a masterpiece of film. Someone would be like, it's pure Kino. But then it got bastardized to be anything. Like, this manga panel is pure Kino, this song is pure Kino.
So it's just like a big meme?
It's a big meme. And some people in the game recognize the meme, and they'll make comments about it. Like, someone earlier was like, oh my god, you're a Chad? You're gonna carry this game. And I was like, yeah. And then I did.
And then you did carry it. You tend to carry it.
It was when I was playing tank, actually. It was a very epic Reinhardt moment.
That's
And
beautiful.
I did. Yeah, you just copied me.
I know.
Wait, what'd you just say?
I said she just copied me.
She copied your moment.
I copied his epic Reinhardt style.
Oh, you are her teacher?
It kind of is. Well, I do one trick Brigitte and he's one tricking Ryan, so it's kind of like lore poetry. Like, I'm like following in his footsteps in all ways in life.
Yeah, I just play like an idiot, and she looks at the kill, and I always build everything.
That's
so
funny.
Wait till I get to Brigitte. Oh, just wait.
First, I'm going to bring up Sigma. Brand new character. I played him today with you for the first time. The footage, unfortunately, did not record, but I'll just record some extra of me playing him later or tomorrow. But, like, what do you guys think of him? I think he's a badass.
You go first, Val.
I messed around with him and a couple other buddies in a lobby. I just stomped with him, but that's because I made it so everybody gets their ult really quickly. It's actually hard to get out of his ultimate. I really like that only Doomfist, Orisa, and Trace are able to get out of using abilities.
Yeah.
He's really good in close quarters combat. If you're in a hallway and you just mash left click or just hold left click, people just die.
Yeah, I can definitely see that, because, like, while his, I guess they're called hyperspheres, while his hyperspheres, like, can do some serious damage, and especially, like, you can do a little bit of distance between the two of you, you can go up, but they hit you back if you're too close. Did you get hit with them?
Damage.
You said
they don't do that much damage. If you left click and all four, and you shoot 4 times, all 4 orbs hit, she'll just die, I think.
Well, before we get into him, do you mind if I just read what his overview is?
Sure.
Alright, so
Do it.
his role is a tank, his name is Sigma, and it says, Sigma is an eccentric astrophysicist and volatile tank who gained the power to control gravity in an orbital experiment gone wrong. Manipulated by Talon and deployed as a living weapon, Sigma's presence on the battlefield cannot be ignored. So pretty much, if you haven't watched this yet, I guess, spoiler alert, but in his little animation, he is trying to create, I guess, a weapon that, like, would act as gravity. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, he's pretty gravitation.
Yeah, is that what he says, though? I don't remember specifically.
I forget.
Well, yeah, so he's like, oh, we're gonna contain gravity, and then it's an experiment gone wrong, straight up like Doc Ock style, and now he's just this living fucking weapon who doesn't wear shoes.
That's actually the parallel I thought was the most fitting for him, the Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that's what I felt from him. I was like, yo, that shit's going wrong. And
if you know what you're doing, he can be really, because he floats in the air like Zenyatta, so you can 500 IQ play him as a flanking tank. Nobody will see it coming because he makes no footsteps.
And he gets away pretty quickly, too. Like, he has some speed on him, or some mobility, rather. And we were saying that, me and Shin, when we were playing him on the PTR, we were saying that he's kind of like, well, I said personally that he's every single character, everything I like about them, put together. He's got kind of like the orbs, like, what's his name? Zenyatta. He floats like Zenyatta. He kind of like, his bombs are kind of like Junkrat.
His suck thing, that's kind of like Diva, except she eats the projectiles and the damage. He just absorbs the damage and makes it shields.
Yeah.
So it's like, kind of, but not really.
So, what else can be said? He's pretty new. Any final thoughts from you guys on him?
I didn't play him, so, because I didn't really have much of a desire to. I was like, let's just, I was more focused on doing the placements. Like, I played with him in the practice range. I was like, this is alright. I'm not crazy about him. I don't hate him or anything. I'm just, like, middle of the road as it is right now. I didn't feel too frustrated playing against him.
Yeah. Like, he fit in well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he didn't seem too OP, but maybe we won't really know the extent of his strength until he gets into the live servers, because the PTR is pretty limited in its player base, from what I understand.
Yeah, because, like, who's really playing it unless you, like, really want to see what's up? Because I didn't play it when they released Batiste, and I don't think I played it when they released Ashe.
Neat now.
Did you play when they released Doom?
I actually just started playing Overwatch when they released Doomfist, and I was playing it on Xbox. I just built my PC, like, 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we both used to be console plebs, but I was a PS4. Someone actually just texted me, you want to play Overwatch right now on PS4? And I was like, can't, I'm recording a podcast with some buds about Overwatch.
That's cool. On PC.
On PC, sorry, Dad.
Peasant.
Big leagues.
I still play on Xbox, like, at night when I'm in bed. I play on Xbox still.
Yeah, it's like comfy compared to PC. It's like, I could just lay back and do quick play and nobody gives a shit.
And I find that I'm better now that I've played on PC. I find that my skill is higher on Xbox.
That has not happened to me. I feel like I got way worse on console. Maybe I just need to change my settings or something, because it feels a lot slower. Like, I need to, like, super heighten my sensitivity to get the same kind of range of sensitivity that I have on PC. Obviously.
Yeah, I feel that. Alright. So, roll, tank, Sigma. He's a cool guy. I have the updates open, and just some of the general updates are that ultimates went higher. Friendly enemy slowing effects no longer stack, so you can't stack, like, speed reduction or anything like that. And they increased the ultimates by 12% because they thought they were coming up too often, which even in the decrease in the PTR, I didn't feel like it was much slower to gain my ult.
I didn't feel it either.
Yeah, I didn't feel it at all, which is probably a good sign. So, we have Ashe. Her reload time per round decreased from 0.3 to 0.25 seconds. You played her. Did you feel that? Her reload
What's
time?
weird is I didn't feel it when I was playing, but when I was watching footage, I definitely saw it, and it was a lot better. I guess I was just more focused on trying to synergize her abilities with how they interact with Sigma. Like, how we kept trying to figure out, like, okay, let's see how much he can absorb a Bob.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying too close attention to how I was reloading, but overall I think it's a very good change, because her reload speed was always really painfully slow.
Yeah.
And I felt it was a hindrance to her kit.
Well, that's exactly what everybody was saying, and that's definitely why. I think a direct quote is, Blizzard said, Ashe's time to fully reload felt overly restrictive. However, a long reload time is an intended downside to balance out the power of her gun, so we wanted to be careful not to eliminate that completely, and that's what Blizzard said.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think it was alright. I didn't really play her, I didn't really notice it, and I think anything to kind of speed that up helps a lot in the game, because she's not so OP, like, I think she's very vulnerable in general.
She is. I mean, she's squishy.
Yeah.
I forget what the cooldown time is on her coach gun. That's like her only mobility and means of escape.
Yeah.
But it's not like a crazy cooldown. It's not like freaking 11 seconds like Widow's grappling hook, I don't think.
Yeah, hers is pretty... She doesn't really get out of situations well.
Widow is suffering. when there's a monkey on you.
I can't play her for the life of me. I just can't.
It's really hit or miss for me. You saw that video I posted with my compilations, right? Those are like fantastic. My good Widow days. It was like one night, I think, that I did all of those, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm a Widow main now. And then ever since, it's like, no.
I don't really play Ashe. The only time I play her is when enemy team has a Pharah, and then I insta-kill her, and I just swap back after their Pharah swap. So I don't really have any opinion.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough, I don't really have that many opinions on her either. So... You've been waiting for her not very long at this point, but I know you're excited to talk about her. Brigitte?
Yeah.
Brigitte.
I want you to go on your rant before I even talk about anything. Tell me.
Okay.
I need it. I need the rant.
I've been warned.
Oh God, where do I begin though? So, people's big problem was Brigitte's supposed to be a support. Why is she a DPS tank hybrid? They said in the developer introduction, Brigitte is a support. And it's like, I don't think that Blizzard was like, oopsie, we made a hybrid by accident. Sorry. Like, she was intended to be a hybrid character, and that's what made her interesting. That's what was fun about her. And I brought up the point of, because someone said, who do you guys think this is, a nerf or a buff? And I was like, I think the Inspire buff is kind of stupid, because if her survivability has been nerfed, and it has been, how can she get into close range to start brawling to activate her Inspire? And even when you do eventually, if your team is stupid, they won't group up, and they won't get to take advantage of the Inspire buff.
Yeah, so really quickly, the Inspire buff is a passive buff, and its healing amount increased from 100 to 300, and self-healing from Inspire is now halved. So I just wanted to clear that up for anyone listening.
Yeah. That's a good thing to do. So, and now her shield is down from 500 to 200, so she's like squishier. She's not super squishy, but she's not the tank. She doesn't have the tanking capability she used to. And
that's
this
a
comes
lot.
After
That's a
like
big
10
cut.
nerfs in a row. It is too much. I agree, it's too much. And I like the whip shot changes, because I really like using the whip shot. I'm pretty good with it. I like it. It feels a lot better now with how fast it goes.
Yeah, so her whip shot, outgoing velocity increased from 60 to 80, and retracting time reduced from 0.6 seconds to 0.3 seconds for her whip shot.
So what people had to say to me about my opinions on how, well, she was meant to be a hybrid, why can't she be a hybrid? They were like, well, now she's a support and she's squishy like the rest of the supports, and she has to be positioned more carefully like the rest of the supports and not be on the front line like the rest of the supports. And I was like, well, why does she have to be like the rest of the supports?
Yeah, that was her charm,
Look at
right?
DPS and tank. Like with tanks, you have your dive tanks, you have your barrier tanks, and your mixtures. And they all serve different purposes. They all work at different ranges. You have different ranges, like you have your long-range snipers, you have your people who thrive more at mid-range, like McCree or Ashe, because you might think Ashe is a sniper, but she doesn't do as well as Widow or Hanzo would from that long of a range.
Yeah.
And you got hit scan, you got projectiles, you got people who do these different things for different situations.
Yeah.
You could argue that Brigitte is always good to have if she can get up in people's faces and slap them around. Yes, I think Blizzard did not realize how powerful she was, but they knew she was intended to be a hybrid.
Yeah, she was intended to be different.
Yeah, and she's not as strong of a tank or DPS as she is a healer. Her strength comes from her healing and utility.
Now, do you think, because Jeff Kaplan is his name?
Yeah.
He said on the developer update this time that with the 222 lock, the new meta, not the new meta, well, yeah, it is the new meta, but you know what I mean, the new change to competitive, that if you are in a competitive match and it's just like Brigitte and one other healer, it's a disadvantage. Do you agree with that? I don't know if he said that verbatim, but I think that's what he was insisting.
I have played so many matches with me, one-tricking Brigitte. I have played with every single other healer in a 2-2-2 comp. I have out-healed every single healer.
Really?
I have won a gorillion times running Brig Lucio, Brig Zenyatta, Brig Anna, it was win, 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 win. If in the right hands, she can heal 1k per minute as she does on live servers right now.
Interesting. So why do you think they cut her? Just to, like, make her fit the support mold more?
Probably. I'm sure Blizzard was sick of the bitching and blame that was getting hurled at them. Like,
ever since she came out, she's been so hated.
Yes, and it's really a bummer because her voice actress gets shit on it.
Which makes no sense. Like, what kind of maniac even goes to a character's voice actress? Like, not even the freaking writers or anything. You go up to the voice actress as if it's actually her. Like, she created it.
I never even played the game.
Yeah.
And I'll just add more to what I was talking about with the different ranges and stuff.
Yeah, please
Even
do.
There's diversity within the supports. Like, Ana cannot heal through shields. And actually, what I think I was getting at is most of the supports are long range. There's not really someone who needs to be in close range to activate their healing. Like, Moira throws her orbs, her piss spray goes a long way, and her suck damage beam is like 800 meters long. Mercy's beam is long range, and she can fly around. Who else is there? Zen just throws orbs on you, and you run in like an idiot and do your thing and run out.
Batiste launches missiles, health missiles, or like grenades almost.
Yeah, and that can go short range, long range. So, like, I don't see the issue with having a character like Brigitte who has self-sustainability, who can take care of herself. Like, why should all healers be vulnerable? And other people complain, like, oh, she's brain dead easy. Well, what's wrong with having a lower skill character? Like, people seem to be elitist and exclusionary? Like, are only pros supposed to play Overwatch and only play the highest skill characters?
Yeah.
That's not what the world is. Like, some of us aren't that good at games, and we want to have fun too.
Yeah.
Why should we be left out and be made fun of or excluded because we want to play a character who is arguably brain dead?
Because the amount of upset Reaper and Genji mains outnumbers the Brigitte. So, yeah.
Oh my god, the amount of crying I have triggered in Reapers by canceling their ultimates. Oh my god, that's one of my favorite things to do. As long as I can keep doing that, I'm fine. As long as I can keep just getting in their faces. And I could still be fairly aggressive on the PTR, but that shield is going down so fast.
Has she changed drastically for you, do you think?
It's hard to say, because I didn't really play her that much in support, because I just felt like it wasn't working.
Yeah.
In a 2-2-2, oddly. I think I just need to adjust more, obviously.
You mean now she's not working? Changes. After the change, she wasn't working 2-2-2?
Yeah.
That's interesting, because I feel like they changed it for that. That's my opinion on it, but...
Like, I would be running with a Lucio or a Zen, and it just was not working, and I had to switch to a Moira or a Mercy. Yeah. And I was like, this is backwards. Why is this happening? And maybe I'm just like this really odd duck in that regard.
Yeah.
So I just have to change how I play her. I guess the repair pack thing is interesting. I guess it's cool, but I feel like I haven't been doing more healing, at least not much more.
Yeah.
Than I can before the rework comes through.
Hmm. So her repair pack now has 3 charges. Her healing amount has changed from 150 to 120. And it heals over 2 seconds instead of instantly. That's not even like that. I feel like that doesn't help her at all with healing. Like, big deal, 3 charges, but now it takes longer and it's less.
Yeah. You can, like, stack them on to a tank.
Yeah.
Like, if they're low, just, like, bip, bip, bip.
Yeah, because it adds an extra 2 seconds each one.
Will be like, help me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was fairly used to the cooldown. It was 6 seconds. And then as long as I was getting my Inspire going and we had the other healer around, things were fine. Like, in my world, 2-2-2 Brig was just working just fine.
Yeah.
And I even had a match where we started and it was Lucio and me as Brig, and some guy goes, do we have enough heals? And I was just like, I don't know why I was so aggressive that night. I was like, yes, we do.
You're a monster.
And I proved him right. It was on Lijiang Tower, and we won. I don't know if Velho was there for that one or not.
Yeah. Were you?
I can't wait for 222 go to get Ryan, Zarya, Sombra, Doom, Brigitte, and Lucy.
Yeah, because you could still do it.
I can't wait till we. Oh my god! I actually have I have Overwatch open right now, so I can go look at our replays to look at totally epic moments to comment on.
Oh well, you should just send me some footage.
I've tried recording my game, but it's really choppy.
Yeah,
when
I
I
bet.
record it, I'm gonna fiddle with settings and stuff to see if it helps. But as it is right now,
I'll go into our replays and I'll pull some cool footage.
Yeah, you gotta get that one. I think the intro to this video on YouTube should be that one play of the game on Hollywood.
Okay.
With Ride of the Valkyries playing.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Dude, I love how I wasn't able to play tank because of this stupid. I'm either bronze or I must be like Grandmaster or something.
There's
And
no in
that's why I
between.
can't pick whenever I group with you guys. So I'm a Bastion main from now on. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. There was a major issue today picking roles that you wanted to when playing with friends in a group.
Yeah.
You want to elaborate on it? What do you think of it?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I went to
I don't
pick
know why.
because I'm a Reinhardt one trick. Punisher knows this. He's pocket healed me before, and
Yeah.
we've absolutely stopped. And for some reason, it said something role is unavailable due to your ranking or something, due to your group's ranking.
I bet it was my ranking being really low and yours being really high. I have no doubt about that.
Or it could have been reversed, because I had a bad game once and I haven't played placement since.
Did you finish your tank placement?
No, I haven't.
I don't
I'm
think
at 1
any
out
of
5.
us. None of us have done completed tank placements, as far as I know. I only did 2. The only one I had done before we were playing was support, and I will shamefully admit I was 1700. And Punisher was having the same issue. He couldn't queue for support, but he was like 25 or 24, so we were still within 1,000.
Yeah.
But Rogue had not placed at all, so I really don't know what was going on. I haven't looked into.
Yeah, I didn't place at all on DPS or I only did like 1 match as tank in the game. It's like, oh, you can't play this now. Oh,
It's
I guess
so
I'm a
weird.
Bastion main now.
We'll have to try some more later, because I kind of want to keep trying these placements and finding out. I want to find
Maybe
out
if
what
I
my
just
best
keep
is.
playing placements, I'll get banned from everything. Oh,
You'll be free of Overwatch.
oh yeah, God.
Our souls will no longer be stuck in this game for hours every night because we hate ourselves and
I
want
just do
golden
it because
guns.
it's funny, not because I hate myself.
It is funny to dab on people, especially as Brig, where I just start like slapping you around or doing the whip shot
I'll
from
never
across the
forget how
map.
you killed me on, well, what else?
I have to let me link that in the chat here. I don't know if Rogue saw that.
Who are you linking?
She booped off Roadhog with their mace, and then he hooked, and I wasn't paying attention, and she didn't call it out, that she just booped him, so I got
I was like, here comes an epic moment.
It's funny.
Here comes an epic, what are you talking about? Gets hooked, oh. So that's what you...
I'm gonna have to add
That's
that.
an epic gamer moment.
Oh, no.
Playing the game.
Why would you flex on me? Like, I can't believe
I'm
that
gonna
I
put
could
it up
play
right
the
now.
game and have my 5-man shatter. I had a 5-man shatter the next match, but this got play of the game. Are you kidding me? You didn't do anything.
I'm crying right now.
I have to rewatch it because I don't get it. It's funny.
It makes me laugh every single time. I feel like I need to add a sound effect in there.
Yeah.
That's an
Just because you knocked him off the side? That was your play of the game?
Yes!
I was too focused on the right side, so I put down my shield, and then I just get hooked out of nowhere.
You guys are fucking killing me.
And the best part is we didn't lose the point either.
Yeah, I thought the hog was gonna walk in behind me, so I put my shield down, thinking I should focus on the right, and he would just die, and he just gets booped off. I'm like, oh, this is my life. This gets played the game, but not my chat. I'm salty.
Send me a video of what you think deserved to be the play of the game.
I think it was the second day we played together, or the third.
Second or third, definitely.
It was so unfortunate.
At least I didn't post it in the whatever the Discord is called now.
Yeah,
I'm used to it being a haha Aaron dead.
It changed so many times.
I remember when I saw it change to haha Aaron dead, and I was like, what, is that a fake spoiler? Like, it didn't occur to me that it could be a real spoiler until you told me in Overwatch, and I was like, oh, I get it now.
Dude, Aaron's totally gonna multiply.
He's gonna what?
He's gonna multiply because his head got cut off. His head's gonna regenerate a body, his body's gonna regenerate a head.
It's gonna be fucking hilarious. Either way, Attack on Titan's a comedy manga in so many ways. Gab dab.
Sorry, I appreciated it. I just didn't have anything to contribute. I apologize.
Well, remind me to tell you a theory about something that happened in the chapter later so we don't get off topic here.
Oh, okay.
This is now an anime podcast as well.
I wanted to kind of start an anime podcast because I love anime so much.
But I could literally only talk about, like, anytime there's a new Attack on Titan chapter or episode, just bring me in. I'll be there.
I'll let you know if I end up making
an anime
it.
podcast.
Yeah, I don't watch them.
I love anime a lot.
It's good shit.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna move on from what you guys are talking about. I'm still gonna stick on the 222 if that's cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be good to keep going.
Yeah. So we don't really like the matchmaking. We think it's flawed, and we're not all done with our placements yet, if we're done with any of our placements. They also said that you will have an option to play, like, the competitive / quick play, the way it is now, in the arcade screen. And then you can get the arcade loot boxes as well for playing that role. Do you think you guys are going to play that? Do you think that's a suitable option, considering they're introducing 222? I personally think that it's nice that they're doing that. It gives players an option, even though it's different. It's kind of like, hey, we still care about you. And plus, now you get the arcade loot boxes.
Velho, why don't you go first? You're probably going to be shorter and more concise than me.
I only touch arcade for the loot boxes, so unless people, like, en masse say only play arcade quick play, I don't know. I think they might have, maybe not. I hope they get a lot of backlash TV.
You hope they do? I kind of like it.
Yeah, but 222 and quick play is just silly.
That's the thing. That's where I'm going.
Well, are they going to do 222 in quick play? Is it going to be going to be regular?
It's in quick play.
Quick play should stay as
quick play should be
but
as stupid as it is already.
Competitive is going to be the new quick play.
Yeah, so everyone's just going to be even more of an asshole in competitive. It's great.
I like the 222. I don't hate it, you know, because I never play DPS. I barely play DPS.
I'll address all these things. I'll try. Well, first I'll go with the split between quick play and quick play classic in the arc. So we already know that queue times are affected by 222, like DPS, even though our queue times are really short today. We had like no queue times, but I'm sure eventually when the whole player base is playing, DPS queue times are going to be longer. So then you're going to have the purists who want to play pure quick play, go into the arcade, and then you've got the new quick play, which is 222. It's supposed to be quick play. They're going to be waiting if the player base is divided between quick play classic, and competitive, and then the other arcade modes. It's like it's too divided now, I think.
Yeah, I
and it's
understand
also
that.
restrictive. And
Maybe
like
it'll make our
competitive,
experiences better, though.
What'd you say?
Maybe it'll make our experiences better, though, because then you're playing with more like-minded people who are there for the same reasons as you, rather than just like the 2 to 3 options.
It's possible. We're definitely in the wait and see
Yeah,
phase.
I agree.
And like I'm okay with 222 and competitive. Like I had that moment on Blizzard World where I was playing, I forget who I was playing, but then we were losing. I was on Pharah. So of course I was locked into DPS, and then I was like, "Oh, we're losing the point. Let me just get on Wrecking Ball." And oh no, I can't because I'm locked. This is stupid 222 lock. I can't swap to Wrecking Ball and go contest for 8 years.
Yeah.
So I was finding frustration like that cropping up every once in a while. But then I flashed back to that one competitive game Velho and I were in on Dorado, where we had 4 insta-lock DPSs. And he insta-locked Ryan, and I just go on mic and I'm like, "You guys really gonna do this to me?"
Yeah, really.
And I just had to solo heal the whole time. And then someone switched to Baptiste at one point, and they were just throwing the game. So that was miserable. Like the whole.
It was a bad experience, and that's what they're trying to change with the 222.
But the thing is, most of our games were 222.
Yeah.
Like, most of the time, people were willing to fill and flex, and we would talk and be like, "I'll do this," and then you could change to that. Like, it was the minority of games that had shitty people in it who were just being DPS and not supporting the team.
Yeah.
So...
I honestly don't think it needed to change. I think it's fine that it did, and I like the changes, but I don't think it needed to be changed.
Yeah, it wasn't, like, necessary. It's just kind of like, all right, that's nice, and I'll accept it. I'm very neutral. I'm like if my SR starts going up, then I'll be like, yeah, good change. If there is no change in how well my games go with other teammates, because the thing is, people are like, oh, I don't know what people are thinking about DPS now, but the thing is, foolish morons that play DPS now are going to lock in for DPS and wait 45 minutes to play McCree and then not be able to aim at Pharahs and fuck everyone over. Just because there's roll queue now doesn't mean people are going to play within their limits. Little Timmy, who can't aim and should just be playing like Reinhardt holding the shield, he wouldn't be a very good Reinhardt, but he'd be better on Reinhardt or D.Va than... or maybe he'd be better on Mercy just because he has to like, hold right-click, heal your friends.
But, like, would he switch anyway? You know what I mean? Like, would he have switched? Little Timmy, even though he, like, sucks on Hanzo or whatever, I bet even in the version that it is now, he wouldn't have switched anyway. So
no,
I don't think that's too much of an issue.
But the point is, we're still getting stuck with that, and then say... like he would switch in this magical world where he would switch. He'd be like, okay, guys, I'll do the heals, I'll do better.
Yeah.
But now that can't happen. We're all stuck. We are all utterly stuck. And as Velho pointed out, due to the lock, people can't swap as much to counter. Like, why don't you take it away, Mr. Bastion?
If you asked me what I would do, I would keep comp as 222, leave quick play as it is, and for the arcade mode, make it so people can play as the same hero.
That's what you would do?
Yeah, that's what I would. I think that sounds the most reasonable.
They should have no limits every day.
Yeah, it's
like,
kind of...
mystery heroes is whatever, but no limits is hysterical fun.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb how I wasn't able to play as... I think if you're playing in a group, it shouldn't matter what rank you got. You should be allowed to play whatever you want if you're in a group with a couple of other people. because I don't think the ranks are going to be that accurate. You could be a good support, and then you get a bad game, and all of a sudden you're not going to play support now because you placed low due to bad teammates.
Yeah.
And now you can't play support and just carry your group.
Oh, and there's the other thing. I think a far worse problem with getting bad games than people not doing good team comps, because you can make the stupidest team comp in the world work. You could run 5 healers and a Genji, and you'll win.
As long as they're good.
Throwers and Smurfs. They absolutely have ruined us several times.
Yeah, but since nobody can quickly change due to the roll-up, that means I can play Bastion as much as I want now, and the enemy team will struggle because they can't counter me. Because you saw how the other team decided to go Bastion, and they just got dabbed on.
Yeah,
I bet they actually did have a person who was good at Bastion, but he couldn't swap to him due to the lock.
Do you
He was
think
probably playing support or something. I bet he was the Sigma on their team.
Lamau.
Do you think that maybe since you are going to be tied to certain roles when you're playing, maybe you'll get good at a few people as that role, and you will be able to counter if you have, like, people that are willing to switch within their role? Like, maybe you can still find those counters, and it won't be too much of an issue still.
It's possible.
I think adding role switches could be interesting. Maybe if you did it at the very beginning of the and
Maybe.
be like, oh, that's how these guys are gonna be.
It'd be cool if you
Maybe
did, like, almost
the
like an
second
item
round.
share, like, I'm going to ask you to swap positions with me, and then we swap, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't that get rid of the role though?
Yeah,
Just have
exactly.
buttons.
No, but you have to have, like, permission, though. Like, let's say I'm playing and you're playing, and I'm support and you're tank, and I'm like, I think I'd be really good on a tank right now. Can you swap support with me? And then you swap.
Maybe
Well, yeah,
you
you
can
don't-
do that
you-
for the second round. But I'm only gonna play Bastion, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
I mean, I respect
like-
that.
What you say is like coming to the gentleman's agreement of making that swap. You don't need roll lock for that. That's how things were already. The problem is if you're playing with randoms, there's like 50-50 chance you're going to be with an asshole who's
Yeah.
like, no, fuck you.
Which, again,
So,
like, it didn't need to happen.
Yeah, so like we've had games where I'd be like, does anyone want to switch with me and we could try this, and be like, yeah, let's try that, because I'm not doing well on heals and I'm not doing well on DPS, so let's swap and re-roll out, regroup, and try it. And now that's something we can't do with roll lock. And if they could somehow implement that, it would be such a time waster. It's like, okay, we lost that team fight, we need to regroup, now we need to go through this, that, and the other thing to allow permission to
Yeah, you're right.
swap the role. I don't even know, well, I'm not
That'd
a
be so
programmer,
cumbersome.
so I don't know how it would work at all.
They said it took
Yeah,
over a
people-
year to implement this. They said they've been working on this change for over a year.
Well, hopefully, I don't want it to work out for them because I want it to go back to the way it was.
I don't think it will.
I don't know if it will, but I'm kind of happy because now I can just win this match. I don't know if you guys
Instant
realize
win
this,
button.
but 2-2-2 is kind of an unintentional buff, or maybe Jeff is just so high IQ he wanted Bastion to get a buff, so people can't just swap to immediately kill.
Even I
Why
was
can't people
winning
swap to
that.
counter him, though? I don't understand.
Because if somebody else is better as DPS than their current DPS, or maybe you want to go for a duck and get a bunch of different DPS variants, you can't do that. You're only allowed 2 now.
There's just less option to
There's
counter.
less options. That's the point.
Yeah.
It's limited now.
Yeah, because some people might not switch to counter him, but like if someone who is good would switch. I understand.
Yeah. And like, say your DPS is like, who counters Bastion? Like, I guess Genji technically with
Well,
his
it's not
deflect.
just that, but you won't have as many divers, because if you would have to replace like an eraser or whatever with Diva, and now you don't have as many shield. You have a Matrix, but that's not nearly as reliable. And you might have Genji, but let's say maybe Ashe or Widow was better because you need hit scan.
And what if the only person who's decent at Sombra is locked into support?
Yeah, the
It's like,
Widow
oh,
main
no.
swaps over to Genji and does gradually work.
Yeah, so like,
Yeah,
I
because
don't It's like, this is like a weird fever dream, what's going on right now.
Yeah, it kind of is. You're right. I agree with that.
I would like to comment on Symmetra. I do not find the teleporter change to be as restrictive as I thought it would be, because I wasn't really putting the teleporters in defensive positions. I would just put them on the ground. Or no, I'd put the sentries on the ground, and then I'd wait for the enemies to start walking up, and then I'd put the teleporter down and have it come behind them, and then the sentries go through the teleporter behind them and start frying them from behind. And then just as soon as they notice and start dying, it's like to destroy teleporter, initiate cooldown, even though the cooldown is more annoying. It's
15 seconds now.
So, in the meantime, I can just put a sentry just somewhere just to make sure it's doing something until I can get my teleporter back and do the bomb strat again.
Well, they don't break now. They don't break until destroyed. They're there.
Yeah, but you can destroy them yourself. You just have to press E again.
Yeah.
So that's what, I didn't realize at first. I was like, oh my god, I have to wait for the enemy to destroy my teleporter. But then it's like, no, just press your teleporter button again and it collapses and the cooldown starts. I was like, oh, I'm fine then. Everything went better than expected.
Yeah, so you like that.
I barely felt any difference with her when I was playing her in our match.
I never use her teleporters. I'm not good at using her, and I don't know how to usefully use her teleporters, but now I feel like I have a better handle on it after reading this.
Yeah, I would, never use them to, teleport my team. I remember in one match I was like, guys, don't go on my teleporter unless I say so. I'm using this to move my turrets around exclusively.
Yeah.
It's just for, sneaky turret attacks, which can work on attack and defense, I guess, if you're a big jerk, like I am.
You have to be.
You have to be. If you're playing Symmetra, you're already kind of a jerk.
Yeah, it's true. She's a little trolly.
She's a troll.
We also have Hanzo buff, where... No, it's a nerf. His storm arrows are reducing from 6 to 5, which I don't know why they did that.
Does it say how many damage per arrow was it with them?
I don't know, it doesn't say. The overall damage output of storm arrows was too high, so we're reducing the maximum number of shots. I don't know how much they are though.
He got turned into a good shield break character with the storm arrow.
Didn't he have 5 arrows? What did they reduce it to?
He had 6.
It was 6.
Now it's 5.
Oh, it was 6. Now it's 5. Okay.
I never play him because I'm trash with him so bad.
I kind of love playing him sometimes. It's fun, but I know how bad I am with it.
I'm so bad.
I can barely ever land a Dragon Strike. I'm like, that just fired it.
I'm not good, but the one time I tried him in quick play, I killed Genji, so I was happy about it.
Killed your
also
brother.
Might be
Revenge!
But I like how Sigma is also another counter to Genji, just what we needed.
I really like Sigma. I really enjoy him. Doomfist, his quick melee no longer pauses ammo reload. I don't even play him. Didn't even think that was a thing. Orissa's protective barrier, the cooldown increased from 8 to 9 seconds, which I think is fair, because you could kind of spam it before that. I noticed that you could spam it a lot.
She is very frustrating to deal with her shield uptime.
That's why I like playing her, because you can really fuck people over. But
I thought my shield went down. Oh no, you were quite wrong.
The reason I like Sigma's barrier is because you can move it as much as you want, because I was saying before when we were playing that sometimes when you're Orisa and you're me, and you overextend or you throw your shield in the wrong place, with his you can move it, which I like that, because I'm a little clumsy on my clicks.
Oh yeah, me too.
Reinhardt.
Those Maywalls.
Yeah, the Maywalls. You were having issues with that today.
That was a rough game that we somehow... Did we win that? We did, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, you were good. I have trouble with her walls, too. There's nothing worse than someone, walls you in when you really shouldn't be, or they get in your way.
I definitely got our Lucio killed at one point because I was like, I need to wall myself away and run away from all the enemies, and I think Lucio was on the other side.
Yeah, it's like a
It's
sticky
almost as bad as a
situation.
Lucio solo ult.
Wait, what? Say that again?
Yeah, I said that's almost as bad as a Lucio solo ulting to save his life.
I would if I was Lucio. Fuck all y'all.
Oh no.
That's a sin.
Casually deletes you from my battle.net.
Don't worry. I hate Lucio a lot. I just have something against him. I don't even know what it is. And his cereal sucks. Doesn't taste like fake. Ugh. Tastes like fake vanilla. It's so gross. Dustin ate it though.
Lucios?
Yeah.
Saved my life.
Did he say Lucios?
Yeah, he did.
Lucio,
I hate when people call him Lucio. I hate when anyone mispronounces the character names because they all say their own names in the game.
I think I mess up Lucio because I call him Lucio. Or Lucio. I don't know.
Lucio coming at you.
I just hate him so much.
Reporting.
It just felt better to eat a whole box of Lucios than Lucios.
there was a time where I said Bridget instead of because I'm English.
Well, yeah, she gets the worst of it. Like, I've heard Bridget or Brigette.
Bridget.
These people illiterate? What's happening?
So what is it, Brigitte?
Brigitte, technically.
I say it good enough.
Yeah, I've always.
If you listen to her voice actress talking about how to say it, she goes Brigitte. Brigitte.
Yeah, I never listened to her voice actor. I wouldn't.
So not baguette.
Yeah, she gave him. It's not bad.
Wrecking Ball.
Oh yeah.
His minefield. He increased his projectile speed from 10 to 13. He reduced the activation time from 0.25 to 0.1. And I was watching the video of what Jeff Kaplan was saying, and he was pretty much like, Wrecking Ball's minefield, while it's good, it's like it doesn't have as much mobility. So now if he's like high in the air, he can drop it, and it'll spread out more to cover more ground, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah, it's definitely far more spread out now, which gives you more area control.
Yeah.
But is it nearly
now
as
it's gonna be easier to weave between them as long as you're if you get stuck in it, it's okay, I can have an easier time. You'll be moving very slowly through them and still vulnerable. So it's kind of I don't know. I kind of don't know if I like this
that. I kind of prefer if it was a small cluster and it was less spread out, and then you pick Arisa and just grab people into it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was enough to cover a payload already so that no one could touch it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it needed anything.
I'll have to test him out on the... I don't want to do him in comp, I don't think. I might, because I still have to do 3 more tank placement.
Tracer's Pulse Bomb, the damage increased to 300 to 350. I think that it wasn't very powerful before that, and the reason that it wasn't is so that they couldn't overly punish tanks. I think it definitely needed the buff. I think it could have went from 300 to 400 personally, but... Because that should be able to kill you. You're strapped to the bomb, you should be able to get killed, like the tire.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that when I was
playing. But her ult builds pretty fast.
Her what?
Her ult builds pretty fast.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you're landing your shots.
Well, now it's going to be a little bit slower, but as we said, it's not much slower.
That one, that's another one that's hard for me to say because I never played Tracer. So I'm I don't know. It's fine, I guess. It's okay. Yeah. It's fine.
I'm not really good with her either. I think one day I was really good with her, and then I was never good with her ever again. Last, I think, on the buff nerf list. Oh, I have one more after this, actually. Reinhardt, his steadfast is and his knockback is reduced by 30%.
30? I thought it was 25.
30, it says here.
Wow, I'm dumb. I can't read numbers.
I mean, they might be wrong. It's PC Gamer.
They might have changed. They probably said it was going to be 25, then decided last minute to make it 30.
Yeah.
So why doesn't our Ryan one trick comment on?
I'm actually sad about that because that means I can't get booped into enemies' front lines and then shatter. Should I link that play of the game?
Link it.
Yeah,
Link it
please
right
do.
now.
Because I could just
I
record
got-
it straight off the screen.
Okay, let me find it.
We've had quite a few
Here.
epic gamer moments.
Amazing.
And now I can't boop Ryan's as much. Like, sometimes there'll be a Ryan charging in and I'll just whip shot him and it completely throws him off.
Okay.
Of
I don't
course,
know how
it
much
doesn't
that'll.
hit anyone.
I don't know how much that'll actually change.
I also have my highlight button bound to like 1, just like slam it really quickly rather than F9. Because you have to press function and F9, I think. And I was like, that's not happening. And F9's all the way across the keyboard anyway. I was like, I need something closer to my left hand so I can quickly capture highlights and then upload.
Yeah, I don't know about it. I just play like an idiot and people call me a smurf.
I'm just
Very
like,
based.
I'm just average enough where nobody really says anything about me. I'm like the floater of gaming.
I was called a smurf when I was first on PC. I was playing Widow in No Limits. And I guess I just kept shooting it was No Limits, so I don't know who I was shooting. It was all Symmetras. I was just shooting a Symmetra. And
Yeah.
apparently it was just over and over again. And they're like, this Widow's snapping to my head. You're a smurf or an aimbot or something. And I was like, huh?
What a compliment.
I know, right?
What
Like,
an
I can,
honor.
like, I can get some sick flick shots. Like, I can't track very well. Like, if there's a Pharah flying around, I can't track I can't track for shit. But sometimes I'll just get these really great flick shots. Like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some pretty good moments that I'm proud of. I've been recording a lot of my gameplay. I just haven't, like, done anything with it yet.
I'm watching our match on Hollywood, and some of the shit I just can't believe. I am so out of position. A hog hooks me, and he just doesn't kill me. I have to go see if the immortality field was up, actually.
Feels so good. I might have thrown it there. I love being Batiste. I think he's a badass.
I think I only killed the hog once. He was mostly avoiding me. Which is weird because he's supposed to counter.
He was too scared of you.
Probably.
Can I bring up Moira?
Yes, because, yeah, that's something.
I love her fade. I think it's great. I love getting out of everything. I feel like she definitely had a huge disadvantage before because she has, like, no health and it's really hard for her to heal herself. So the fact that you can now phase out of shit is the best.
I think it's she was already really good, and it's kind of hard to mess up as more. She didn't really need to have the ability to fade out of flashbangs or shatters.
I agree. She has become even more frustrating to play against. Like, she's got already Fade was a pretty good get out of jail free card in a lot of instances. Like, of course you can get out of something like Shatter, but Shatter's an ultimate. That should decommission anyone, pretty much, I would say. But yeah, I was...
Now, how is she realistically going to fade out of it? She'd have to be conscious for it, right?
Yeah, everyone falls over and they're like brain damaged for...
Oh, it's like a plot hole.
Yeah, there's a plot hole. Fucking
Yeah.
Michael Chu.
So funny.
So, well, it's like, I'll play Moira, and I'm like, I'm so glad I can fade right now.
Hey, it feels good.
I
You know what's
remember
really
playing-
obnoxious? If I get a 6-man shatter, like I just did, and they have a Moira, she can just ult out of it, throw a heal orb, and then Transcendence, and nobody will die.
Dude, just manage her cooldowns. Just make sure she uses Fade first, then Shatter, LMAO, Team Wipe.
Huh.
Dude,
Right.
just pay attention to the enemy's cooldowns, bruh.
Dude, just pay attention to her ult, bro.
Dude, just click her head with your hammer, bro.
Just click the head.
Just click heads, little Mao.
We're coming up to the hour right now. I'm going to start winding down the podcast. Do you guys have any final thoughts on the changes in general?
I can't wait. Solid Bash.
It does feel a little Twilight Zone-y with the changes. It's a little weird. It's like a different game, kind of.
Yeah.
Definitely feels different.
It's definitely an adjustment that we're all gonna, if we keep playing this game, we're gonna have to be forced to adjust.
Yeah. All right, and then before I end this officially, I ask everybody the same question. Have you ever played the game Blazing Dragons?
No, I have not.
Nobody has. And that's a fact.
Is this a meme?
No, I have. It's just a game that I like from like a long time ago on PlayStation, and nobody's ever played it. It's like a point and click game. It's the best.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on. I should have this.
Pleasure. Anytime, really.
Yeah, I should have this up, hopefully within the next week. I want to do it by tomorrow, realistically, but I don't think I'll be able to. We'll see.
Oh, yeah. I gotta draw the thing for you, so I
Oh
guess
yeah,
I
please do. Yeah, no rush on it.
Trust me, it's gonna be hilarious.
I'm excited.
If you don't like it, then
I'll still use it.
I got nothing.
I'll tell you I don't like it, and then I'll use it anyway.
Lamau, perfect. Give me the epic dab. And I can't wait to get dabbed on by people who think I'm wrong in comments.
I know, I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. I'm this fucking idiot.
Nah, no one's gonna say anything because no one watches this.
Hell
I'm feeling. Look at all my no views are no comments. All right, baby.
So good.
Our YouTube's okay. Yo, Vel, check us out on YouTube, real.people.gaming.
Okay.
Do you guys want to promote anything before we fade out?
Well, I've got my Shinsei Kakume art pages. We'll put the link in there on YouTube. I am Sei Plays, Seiplays, but the name is also Shinsei Kakume on there too. It's all the same all across the board. If you go Shinsei Kakume one place, you're going to find it elsewhere.
Nice. And
I think that's all I can promote.
What about you, Vel? What do you got going on? Just your new Bastion main lifestyle?
Shout out to that one Junkrat whose name I don't remember that said "You're my hero" on that epic Paris.
Oh yeah, shout out to that one beta soy boy who, when I got a rhyme play of the game for my epic shot calling, he goes at the end, "I think I'm in love." It's like, whoa.
Misconnections, hard eyes. All right. Thank you both so much, Vel. It was a pleasure playing with you. I hope to play with you again soon. I'll hopefully play tomorrow when I get home, to be honest, because I'm really digging the PTR right now.
Me too. I want to go back and play more now. I want to finish my placement.
Yeah, I wonder how far we can get. Maybe we can get the diamond if we just keep cheesing this.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Let's just keep cheesing.
Keep me updated. I'm going to sign out.
Sure.
Thank you both
Bye.
so much.
night.
It was so cool. I love talking about Overwatch.
Me too. Like, I'll do it all the time, anytime.
Cool.
See ya.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Peace.